Hello, Tsukushima here, and welcome to the first episode of Facts with Tsuki. Today, the first episode is going to be about space. So, let's go. Now, you probably already know these facts, but this is just some random facts that I just got from the internet. And they might be correct, they might be wrong. But let's go. First one is space isn't completely silent. That's correct. Space is not that silent, and they have their own sounds, but they come in forms of radio waves that can't be heard by the human ear. So it says space is a vacuum, and some waves can't travel through it in the same way as they do on Earth, meaning you won't be able to hear anything on in space. Correct. True. Says electromagnetic vibrations like plasma waves or magnetic fields interactions can translate into sound by instruments. Correct. So you can literally hear a black hole making their sound. Number two. Now you're probably questioning why this is real, but it is. Apparently, this is according to the BBC. It says the moon is lemon shaped. You're probably thinking, what does that mean? Well, apparently it says, despite its appearance in the night sky, NASA satellites is nowhere near around. In fact, the moon is shaped like a lemon, with flattened poles and bulges on both near the near and far side of its equator. Now that's interesting. I bet nobody realised that. Well, people say that, oh yeah, the sun is yellow. It's actually white. It just looks yellow to us. We just always paint it yellow. Fact is, it's white. It's another interesting one that you don't know is this Milky Way smells of rum, raspberries, and booze. Amazing. That sounds real nice. I wish it was strawberries though, because I like strawberries. I don't like rum. Rum's not nice. It says in 2009, astronomers exploring a giant cloud of gas and dust at the center of the Milky Way made a surprise discovery. The cloud was packed full of a chemical known as ethyl format, which has a couple of intriguing properties. It's responsible for giving raspberries their flavor and has the smell of rum. Now that's real cool. Another nearby region is full of ethylene alcohol or ethanol, the type we use to make alcoholic beverages. It contains enough alcohol to supply everyone on Earth with 300,000 pints of beer per day for a billion years. Man, that's cool. I knew this one already because of how long it takes for how long the Mercury takes to have a day. On Mercury, a day is twice as long as a year. Yeah, a day in Mercury is a long time. It says technically, one Mercurian day lasts 59 Earth days, while a year lasts 88. Yeah. However, due to Mercury's very eccentric orbit and alignment with the Sun, the length time the length of time from sunrise to sunrise, known as solar day, is equal to 176 Earth days, twice as long as a Mercurian year. That's cool. I don't know how long we've done. I might do a few more, and then we will call it. So the next one is all the other planets could fit between Earth and the Moon. Wow, the Moon must make it really far away. Shocking. Can't believe that the Moon is that far away. Even things like Saturn and Jupiter can fit. Yes, we can see the moon from our Earth and it looks big compared to the stars and planets anyway. We have travelled to the moon and set foot on it, but the moon is really far away. It's about 400 kilometers or 200, about 400,000 kilometers or 250,000 miles away. In fact, scientists have calculated you could fit the other 7 planets from our solar system into the space between Earth and the moon. Now, I knew this. I knew this already. I don't know if it's featured in things like the Martin. It says you could survive a couple of minutes in a leaky spacesuit. Although films such as Total Recall, which I've seen, show instant explosions and rapid puff space shoots, the effects of being exposed to space are slightly less dramatic. Yeah. Although it would definitely be unpleasant, you could survive for a couple of minutes. After around 10 seconds, you start to lose consciousness. The lower the pressure of the vacuum, cause the lower pressure of the vacuum will cause your blood to boil along with other bodily fluids. Let's make maybe 2 or 3. So this could be the next one. What we're gonna do. 1 tablespoon of neuron star weighs the same as the human population. Wow. Even fat people like Donald Trump. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. And people who star on my £600 life. Well, even though that the people on £600 life way more than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is an elephant. So that's interesting. I think that the stupider you are, the fatter you are, or the heavier you are, even if you don't weigh that much. I think so. It says a neuron star density is mind-boggling. These stars are composed almost entirely of neurons packed together in a tiny radius. Just a teaspoon of a neuron star would weigh over 1 trillion kilograms. That's more than the weight of the entire population, which reaches a few 100 billion kilograms. 2 more to go. Gamma ray bursts release more energy in 10 seconds than our sun its entire life. That's interesting. Nothing in the universe rivals the power unleashed during a gamma ray burst. A brief but incredibly intense flash of high energy radiation. There are many types of gamma ray bursts. Some are thought to form when a massive star implodes, others when 2 neuron stars merge together. Last one. There are stars that we will never be able to see. Yeah. Sorry. Ever since the Big Bang, most objects in space have been moving away from one another. In fact, the expansion of the universe is actually accelerating. This is one of the facts about space that have really rocked the cosmology boat over the last few years. And it's known as the dark energy. And it's known as dark energy. Ooh, spooky, scary. As regions of space are whistling away from one another, and at an ever increasing rate, the first population of stars to form in the universe in the universe are now too far away for us to ever hope of spotting them. Oh, well, that's a shame. And that's even using the best present or future telescope. Hope is not lost. We can attempt to spot them indirectly via energetic bursts of radiation they emit at the end of their lives. Oh, that is the end of that. I really enjoyed that show. And I was definitely taken off about the moon being a lemon. Is that did they take the moon from Adventure Time of the lemon grab? If so, then that makes it. But thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I hope you see you in the next episode, which will be about space again. Episodes about 1 to 5 will be about space, and then we'll be moving on to the ocean and marine biology. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and we will see you later. Bye bye.